Hello, my friends. I hope you're doing well. I'm just doing a quick Zoom screen recording for you to go over a couple aspects of the course outline that I just posted. And I've had a couple questions. I especially want to just kind of touch on things related to the quizzes and the assignment and the textbook. Okay, because this is weird because I have to act like this is the first time I've done this because this recording is messed up 3 times. This is my 4th try, and so yeah, I'm feeling deja vu because I've already said this, but you didn't get to hear it yet. And anyways, I just wanted to say that I feel lucky to be able to teach a course like this and be able to interact with NIPSing students. And I've had a really positive experience so far over the years with NIPSing students. And I think this course gives us an opportunity to kind of go deep on some issues. And what I try to do with this course is I'm not just going to give you PowerPoints. Like, I'm going to be doing presentations of all the PowerPoints and trying to focus on how some of these core ideas in developmental psychology have a lot of relevance when you're, going into the careers some of you are going into in the profession of supporting youth and early childhood development and other aspects of human development. So without getting too ranty, because I'm going to have my first presentation coming really soon, and that's the other thing I said, and I made a long rant about it in the video that got lost. But I was just saying, I apologize for not having this out yet. I wanted to have it out for this by now. I'm going to probably record a bit tonight, and if the kids stay asleep, and then also a bit tomorrow, and probably finish it up Monday. And then I'll show you, and then my presentation for next week, I'll get that done and have it. I'll basically aim to have everything to you by the Friday of the week. And you'll see that everything I ask for you to have to me is by the Friday. Just since we don't have an actual meeting time, it's I always just say with NIPSing students, everything that's due in a week is always due on the Friday at 11:30. Right? I always say 11:30 at night. I used to always say midnight, but then it was always confusing of did I mean Thursday at midnight or Friday at midnight? You know what I mean? So when you look down here, I'll let you read the description and learning outcomes and these kind of additional learning outcomes that I have here that are focused on application of these ideas in real life settings. But what I wanted to, I've said this a couple times now, but I want to just go over the kind of what's being graded in this course and the textbook. So you'll see there the link. This Essentials of Lifespan Development book, I think, is really good, and it's really, well, it's just kind of the standard text in a lot of ways for developmental psych. And how we're going to use it is you're going to see that I use it as this is kind of the staple we're going to use, and then we're going to move off it, and I'm going to include other stuff, and you'll see that there's some additional presentations and stuff in this course. And every week I'm going to be coming out with some content for you, and I think it'll be fun. This is where, sorry, I'm jumping around. I hope that this isn't too bad visually for you, but yeah, the NU Digital Classroom, my super uniquely named website or YouTube channel that I made a couple of years ago when I started teaching at NIPSing, right? Because I kept having this problem of the videos being only allowed to be, I think they only at that time let them be a half a gig. So when I'm making these huge PowerPoints, they're 5 gigs sometimes, some of the big ones, if there's videos embedded in the video. And they're multiple hours, you'll see some on the site are. So I found what was easier is just put them on YouTube because there's no limit about that stuff. And then I just put the link on Econestoga, or Blackboard. So everything will be on Blackboard. Okay. So all the content that you'll need. So even if you never want to go check out the YouTube site, it's totally fine. You can just, everything will just be hosted there, sort of, right? Just tech wise, it's just for storage. Okay. Oh yeah, so sorry. You're yeah, back to the test. Okay, I didn't really finish what I was saying. There's no final exam in this class, so students tend to like that. What I try to do in this class is I go, okay, 5 quizzes, and those quizzes are going to be related to specific chapters, and they're not cumulative, so it's not going to be so basically it's you'll see in a second, the one is on chapter 3, you read chapter 3 and there's a quiz about chapter 3, and you read chapter 4 and there's a quiz about chapter 4. And I try to do that so it's that's what's making sure you've kind of covered the main bases in the course. And then the assignments, the two assignments, like Giants of Psychology and Philosophies of Mind, are these things that I call like digital workshops, which basically just means that like I'm not just going to give you a Word document that has the assignment. I'm going to give like kind of a presentation of what I'm looking for. And with those, I give students the option of like doing a written assignment or doing like an audio or a video even assignment, podcast style assignment, whatever you're kind of interested in. And I'll do full presentations on what I'm looking for those. Okay, so if you come down and okay, one other thing, these are just all things you can kind of read on your own, this piece. One thing I want to just show you, and I know I'm breezing over the schedule, I'm going to go back up. All the quizzes are going to be due basically at the end of the course. Okay, so one of the reasons I'm doing this is because like we're not meeting in person. I'm trying to like think of how I can maybe give you a little bit of extra flexibility. And so you can, I'm asking for the assignments. There's 7 things basically marked in this course, 2 assignments and the 5 quizzes. The 5 quizzes can all be due at the end, so you have flexibility on when you do them. And then the 2 dates for the assignments are kind of more solid. All right, so let me just kind of go over this real quick. So basically, I'm going to be coming out soon with my Introduction to Developmental Psych presentation, Chapter 1. There's no quiz associated with that. And then I'll do the Biological Beginnings, Chapter 2, and there's no quiz associated with that. But as you can probably guess, they're going to be related to that first digital workshop. Then when we get to Chapter 3, there'll be the first quiz. All right, then the next week I do the special presentation number 1, I call it Determinants of Health. And that's when the first assignment will be due. Then there's the study week. Then in week 7, the social development. Then you have, so as an example here, I'll pull this back down. As an example, you see that that's saying Chapter 4. And you'll notice when you look at the book, Chapter 4 is on social emotional development and infancy. And then quiz number 2 is about that specific chapter, right? So quiz 3 is about, quiz 1 is on Chapter 3, quiz 2 is on Chapter 4, quiz 3 is on Chapter 5, quiz 4 is on Chapter 6, quiz 5 is on Chapter 7. And I think that when you're kind of going through the content, it's going to be pretty straightforward that that's the case. Okay, so, and then, so then we go through and we're basically going like, once we establish kind of what developmental psychology is, we talk about biological beginnings and kind of the beginning of the life process, and especially in relation to brain development. Then we get into like the physical and cognitive aspects of infancy. And then you'll see we kind of bounce back between this idea of the physical and cognitive aspects of infancy and then the social emotional aspect of infancy. The physical and cognitive aspect of childhood, the social emotional aspect of childhood, right? And then I do the physical aspect of adolescence, and then the winter course, like 2107, the paired course with this one, the second part that I noticed a lot of you are in, which is cool. I feel like I already said that, but I think that was in a deleted or a lost video. It starts at the social emotional aspect of adolescence and keeps going with this idea. And then I just finish with a presentation on dreams that I try to, because I think that there's actually a lot of developmental aspects to dreaming, and that it's an interesting part that's, and it also just buys you a week of like kind of interesting, hopefully interesting presentation without like a quiz associated, so that you have a bit of buffered time. I tried to design this so that it's reasonable and that you have these 5 quizzes and then you have 2 assignments basically, and the info on the assignments will be coming soon. All right, so I think I'm going to cut this off and I'm going to start getting set up to start recording on Chapter 1. I have it all ready to go. So anyways, I'm really excited about being your teacher. If you have anything you need to talk to me about, please reach out. And also, if you've never had me as a teacher before and you wanted to even just send me an email and just tell me a little bit about yourself and maybe what interests you about psychology and the mind, that'd be awesome, because then I can then I just have a better idea of who I'm speaking to. And all of your interactions with me so far and all your messages have been really kind and polite and everything, and I've really appreciated you. So I'm looking forward to working together this year. Reach out anytime, and I'm always the worst because I'm trying to say an ending and close this recording at the same time. Cheers.